What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another episode of Floppy Drop. We are finally caught up after getting a little behind for good reasons. So we've been busy people. And Drew, I mean, you especially have been busy. But well,
Little bit.
first, hello. How are you? I'm like skipping the hello because I've already said hello to you backstage. But for everyone watching, hello.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
it's been a good week. It's been a very
Yeah.
busy, very productive week. Relaxing this evening, talking comics. I got some preseason football on, so yeah, it's a nice
Nice.
Thursday.
Foosball's the devil.
Yeah, putting the football
Yes.
behind my back.
Yeah, we're getting into high school football season too. So Friday nights are about to be crazy around
Oh yeah,
around these
town
parts.
shuts down. Yep.
Everything shuts down. Get your cowbells and go to the stadium.
Yeah, I
Ding,
mean,
ding,
it's
ding,
true.
ding, ding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so people, if you're watching this and you're not in the South, if you're not like in Florida, Texas, wherever, Friday nights towns will shut down
Mhm.
for the local high school football game. I learned that firsthand down in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and the town down there, Okaloosa County, the high schools, the towns just shut down. Traffic is gridlocked, but you're going to a pro football game. It's nuts.
Yeah, we take it pretty dang seriously.
Mhm.
So it's real and it's deep around these parts.
Mhm.
In other news, aside from football,
Mhm.
Drewski, I think you're got a little book that's going on and campaign happening and doing some stuff, and you've crossed freaking 15,000 uh for Naughty and Nice the Return by Clan McDonald. So I got it
Yeah,
pulled up here.
it's so funny because I didn't get a chance to look into it, but I think when we did our last video, we were about to cross 15, and we crossed 15. Now we're about to cross 16. So this is insane, and I'm incredibly grateful and thankful for all of you. If you've checked it out and you're backing it, it means a lot to me, Aaron, Clay McDonald, Marat Michaels, everyone involved. Russ, who's built this behind the scenes. I hope you guys do check out the story. Look, we have beautiful covers. We absolutely do. They're the best. They're the best covers, very best of the covers. I only work with the best cover artists in the business. But we have an incredible story going on here, and I hope you guys check it out from here from the foundation we're building with this story. It's going to be fantastic, and maybe one of you, if you're watching right now, if you haven't backed it, you could be that one to back us with $103 to get us over that 16K hump.
Oh yeah, 103 doll hairs. Yeah, we're so close. Like I said, like I'm on this book. I'm saying we because I've been talking about it. You're so close. I think it'll happen. We'll get it there. But we'll quickly take a gander down through some of the stuff here, just to kind of give a quick glimpse at some of these covers. You might see some smiley faces covering up some woohoos
Yeah. So
and
Wawa we
tatas.
was.
Some wow wee wah. But yeah, a little bit of the interior art here, and
And once again, if you're not familiar with the story, this is the original Naughty and Nice #1, rewritten by myself. But you'll notice there, if you've read the original issue, things are different, things are changing, and by the time you get to a point in the book, it's like, what is going on here? And you're introduced to a whole new player in this, and we find out who he is, where he's from, and that there's a whole other universe going on here that Naughty and Nice are not aware of, which is going to lead into the ongoing series. This is going to be wild and crazy, and I hope you guys do check out the story, because Aaron and we've worked so hard on this. Last 2 years, been working on this damn story, and I am very proud of this. And it's more than just a movie. There is actual work going on here.
there's actual story and plot
Yes.
and action. Yeah, awesome. No, I was stoked. I pulled it up while we were backstage, and I was like, "Holy shit, you're already like way over 15." So I think that's awesome, and yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well, we will check back in with that and see if there's any changes there before the end of the night. Real quick, let's go to the chat and see what these fine people are up to over here. We do have Zach's coming in with Josh! Exclamation point. Zach's! Exclamation point back at you. Yeah, all caps and exclamation points. As I said, we do have the link for Naughty and Nice pinned in the comments. So if you do want to go back it, by all means, you can. We have Salty Traveling Sea. He is driving and listening. You know what? I'll take
Be careful.
I mean, it's not like you're texting and driving. You don't necessarily need to watch us on this stream.
Well, that's true, but I hope we don't get you so worked up to the point about a book that we hate so much that you're like, what the fuck? Or you want to look it up on your phone, like, it can't be that bad. And you're like,
my God. I will never forget. There was a Zach stream that he did. It was Dallas 2 years ago, I think, and I was driving back. And it was 2 years ago because I still had my Infinity. But I was driving back, and it was the stream that Zach's did with Hunter J. And I was laughing so hard that I almost wrecked so many times. I was like, all right, I gotta pull over and like eat or something while listening to this because I'm legitimately gonna wreck. But yeah, that was a wild. We also have Salty Traveling Sea coming in with I've made it through 8 hurricanes, including Hurricane Hugo. Oh, Hugo, what a bitch. We've got Cage and Corey coming in the house with we in the South take high school football very seriously. I think a lot of it's just because there's not as much stuff to do. So then you kind of have to, got to figure out something to do. And hey, high school football. I think for a lot of kids, that's their ticket out, how am I going to get out of this small town? My family doesn't have a lot of money. Yeah. All right, football scholarship. Maybe I can go pro. But which some people are like, well, that sounds like a pipe dream. East Texas is competitive, and there's a lot of people that go pro here.
Friday Night Lights. There is so much truth to that. It is insane.
Yeah, I mean, so Tyler, I don't care saying where I am. Tyler, Texas, freaking Patrick Mahomes is from here. So, and it's not like it's a giant town. We're 100,000 people. I technically live outside of Tyler, but yeah. Salty Cougars.
Oh, look at the count. Look at the kill count. Look at the.
Oh, woo! Hey, 16. What a do, baby boo. I love that I'm not even on that tab. I'm just looking at our screen behind the scenes to see the tab. That's awesome. Salty did say, you're not the boss of me, just shut up and do your show.
Shut up, clown. Oh, Josh, tower rack. Well, not bad this time, 9 minutes. But yeah, thank you. If you're watching and you did back this, I say thank you very much. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. You're really going to love this book. I guarantee it. The series is going to be an absolute blast.
Your mom's going to be an absolute blast.
Your mom goes to college.
Your mom goes to college. Yeah. We do have Rudy coming in with dropping by to hit the like and listen as I make dinner. Dude, I've gotten to where most of these streams that I listen to are either while I'm cooking or while I'm driving. Because I have about an hour commute to and from work. So
I discovered a new podcast today. Someone was sharing it. It's called Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina P. I think they're both comedians. I know Tom Segura is, but Christina P. I'm not too familiar with her. But she had on Doug Bradley, who plays Pinhead, and it was hilarious. It was awesome, and I am now a fan of the podcast. I'm gonna be checking it out now.
Heck yeah. Awesome sauce. Yeah, there's so many podcasts and streams and everything out there. It's hard to
even Gavin Newsom has one. Isn't that lovely?
To each their own. Gavin Newsom. Listen, I lived in California and I got enough Gavin Newsom when I lived out there. Like that guy's a prick. Cage is coming in with I had a neighbor play for LSU in the early 2000s and he got drafted by the Bills and played for them for 8 years. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Of course, Salty's giving me crap for my mic going out, but I expect nothing less. I would be sad if Salty didn't throw a damn at Josh in there. And Drew, he does say, "Congrats on 16,000, very well deserved. I backed Bigly.
I backed Bigly and to small. This is the big campaign, only the biggest. I gotta go Bigly on this one."
He also added, I was just at my local comic shop and the owner was shitting all over DC KO, DC Comics Knockout. Man.
Well, you know what, Salty? You got to tell your LCS owner to back Naughty and Nice to return. All right. You got to tell him, you know what? Don't invest in DCKO. Invest in Naughty and Nice to return. This is going to be a kick-ass series.
You're like, here are the real knockouts.
Yes, here are the real knockouts. Here's the real dynamic duo right here. Not
That's
Scott
right.
Snyder and Josh Williamson. It's Aaron Sparrow and Dolan Waddick working on this.
Dude, him mentioning this reminding me of that video that he sent where it was like the lowest of low energy with them being like, oh yeah, it's so exciting. Just we're doing really crazy things. And
that's where it's like, are you guys on a NPR stream right now, or are you actually trying to promote your book?
I would like for you to try my sweaty balls. That's SNL.
If you enjoy it, you can put in this amazing seasonal sweaty ball sack.
Yeah. Classic SNL, in case you're like, what the? And if you don't know sweaty balls, then fix yourself. Come on. JK did come in and say, I don't see the vision for DCKO seems as amorphous as Night Terrors. I mean, unless they're just trying to get in on this wrestling hype, I don't
even think it's going to be that. Honestly, everything I've been reading about it on Bleeding Cool, it is the furthest thing from that. And it's to the point where I don't know if I'm going to like this at all. It doesn't sound fun. They're trying to make it sound like it's fun, but it does not sound fun.
No. I'll probably flip through it, but I don't know how excited I'm going to be. I've got a ton of books that I need to read and write reviews for. And, DCKO is not really on
that priority list.
No. And then Salty, real quick, did you guys see that Tom King was nominated for an award for his stellar writing on Wonder Woman?
Look, it's the Eisners. I would be shocked if you weren't nominated.
Yeah. Was it for the Ice? I don't even know who won the Eisners this year.
That's where we're at now.
Cares.
No one gives a flying fuck.
I will say, speaking of Eisner winners, back when they actually,
mattered,
backed, good books. The book that we read in our book club last night for the comic shop was Gotham Central. So, yeah, I love that book. I don't know.
When's the pocket book of that coming out? That's gonna be soon, right? The DC library pocket edition thing.
Are they doing a pocket book of that?
I thought so. I thought they were. Or is it a compendium?
I mean,
which?
I have no idea. I know they had the omnibus come out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, but I'm not sure if they're
DC Compact. They're doing DC Compact edition of that.
Hell yeah. I'm kind of surprised, if I'm being honest, though, because it never sold as well as they wanted it to.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they're really pushing it. But there's a lot. There's certain books that they're pushing in the pocket compact editions that just didn't do well, like Far Sector or Far Sector and Grant Morrison's Earth One Wonder Woman, which I'm like,
that
really?
Was a weird one.
Yeah,
like I will say the only thing I can say about maybe why which I don't think it's fine. It's fine at best, but the only reason I can think that maybe they're pushing it is they don't really have a lot of like origin Wonder Woman stories that are easily just collectible.
And that's where I think you and I would counter argue that with George Perez in his Wonder Woman run.
Right. Yeah, I'm saying like an easy compactable, like here's 6 issues, there you go type of thing. Because his run is a run. Like you go on that journey. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I've never fully understood. I remember the first time I read the Wonder Woman Earth 1 and I was like, "Oh, I keep hearing great things. This has to be bomb. Like, I'm going to read it." And then I read it, I was like, "Really? That's it? That's what everyone's talking about?" So,
So
I
I'm a little ahead of the game. Comes out next year, May
mm,
19 next year. But
I'm
they got a lot coming out next year.
I mean, cool.
Yeah.
It seems like those are selling well. So, I mean, they're a good price point. You get a good chunk of story for what you're paying for. It is smaller, but hey, that's all right. We got a lot of people reading manga anyways right now.
Yeah, and
Um,
yeah, look at all the ones they're doing. It's just like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Then we get to Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I'm like, that does not make sense.
I mean,
Uh,
it makes sense in the respect that that movie is coming out.
True. And I look at the
Yeah,
release date of it. I'm like, yeah, that's right around that time.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, so next year there's gonna be a lot more.
nice, nice. If you've never, I will say, just if you've never read Gotham Central, it's worth it. It feels like it's a slow burn getting into it, and there's a lot of characters, and you're kind of like, what the heck's going on? But like they came in with a plan, and that entire run I think is excellent. So yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're gonna kind of switch focuses to look into current books, and we're gonna start with a book that I typically, I mean, I'm still not gonna say I like it, but I didn't hate this issue as much as I typically dislike them. And that's going to be Absolute Batman, which did some crazy stuff, but not, I mean, I guess kind of similar to crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
it's just crazy. But we're in this Bane arc right now. And this story, probably more than any other issue, felt just traditional for like 3/4 of the book.
Hmm.
Um, And I will say it's kind of like a cop out issue for me because you've got Alfred narrating and the entire book is just a
I
narration.
I hate that. I
I
fucking
okay,
hate it.
I do too. I was just glad we weren't dealing with this stupid crap of like, oh, all of us villains and Batman grew up together and we all know each other and let's see how we can fit 17 panels on a page. And I was just so glad we weren't getting that I was like, all right, and I was kind of curious to see what changes he was going to implement with Bane here. So you kind of get this story going through. It's sharing kind of Bane's origin, which is for the most
it,
part kind of similar.
yeah, it's kind of similar. The one big difference is that his dad's alive and he's serving time with his dad in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the one thing I got to call this out. The one thing that did not make sense to me, where I slammed the brakes, was you see how he's living. It's very similar to what Denny O'Neil and Graham Nolan did, where he
Yeah.
every night he's hanging on to the prison bars, it's flooding, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, great, he's suffering, awesome, love it. But then they say someone snuck in a computer into the prison, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
whoa, time out. Okay, how the
Right.
fuck,
Well,
when the fuck are you able to get your access to a computer?
right. But also, I mean, like we see here that flooding, like you were just talking about, that is kind
Yeah.
of a pull from what Denny O'Neil did.
Yes.
Like they have to hold themselves up to keep from drowning because that's how
Yes.
high that water rises. So where are you putting the computer in that point? Like, come on now.
Bullseye.
Yeah, but yeah, you see him here with the computer. Like, I just okay. You
Yeah, the
know,
prison
it's
guards are gonna let you have that in that fucking shithole. That makes
yeah.
sense.
That's
Where are
we're
you
just
charging it? How are you
yeah. We're
charging
not.
that?
We're, don't you see the cord that magically isn't there, Drew? Come on, what's going on? But
It's
yeah,
so
no, I
funny. It's
was
like
with
that's
you.
the thing that takes me out of it. It's not the
Yeah,
fact that they're hanging onto the prison bars at night trying to survive from drowning. It's the fact they have a fucking computer laptop in there. That's what
yep.
takes me out of it.
Oh yeah, with their symbol, the which is kind of like, I mean, you'll see the Bane mask with the
It's
teeth,
the
but
Yeah, it's the flag. Apparently, it's our nation. It reflects our
yeah.
nation's flags.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm okay. I didn't need that little tidbit either.
No,
But
no, that's too much.
yeah. And then magically Bane's hand is as big as a human here. So okay. Anyways, we get this origin story. We're going through. We're kind of learning about Bane. Alfred's kind of telling this tale of I should have told you this before. Blah 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 blah.
You forgot to say, Josh. One big thing. One big thing on this issue is that it's illustrated by the great and underappreciated, undervalued, and wasted by Tom King, Clay Mann.
Yeah. Who changes up his style enough to try to kind of let it mimic what was Dragotta was doing? Like it's not Clayman's
it's like
typical art.
It's a mix of I'm going to call it Sean Gordon Murphy and Nick Dragotta. It's a mixture of both.
The only thing that looked like Clayman was up here.
When we see the babes,
that looked like Clayman.
That ass. You see that ass. Yeah.
Yes. But he does some creepy looking stuff later. But yeah, if I had just read this, I would not have realized this was Clayman. So I was kind of interested when I saw that, and I appreciated how he altered his art style to kind of lean into what they were doing. But yeah, I think this is where we really start to see a big change of the character. And it's Bane, whose father is still alive. They break out, they get free, and they're meeting the man in white, who we all know is a freaking Joker.
Yeah, Joker.
Joker. And I hated this. Maybe it's his grin or the way he jokes with the boy, but never laughs. This whole thing about the Joker not laughing, to me, I think is stupid.
Yes. And why the fuck is he the Joker?
Yeah, like what? Well, Joe, why is he Joker? Anyway, they have a conversation. He says something to Bane, and then for whatever reason, based on whatever he said to Bane decides that he's going to go kill his father right there. Just So, I thought this was weird. Yeah, I don't know. If you've grown up your entire life feeling completely in line with your dad, supporting your dad, following your dad's lead, I don't know if one conversation would make me do this.
Bullseye. Right? One conversation that probably took place over the span of 10 minutes.
If that. But yeah.
Maybe it was dead ass. Maybe it was dead ass.
Maybe it was a dead ass conversation.
Yeah.
So then you kind of start figuring out how Bane became the way he is. Now currently there's these, folklore tales of all the people that have been killed and how he may or may not be part of it. And you kind of start getting into the Venom aspects of things. And
as well as who else may have been infused with the Venom.
Exactly. So we find out that other kind of well-known DC assassins like KG Beast, Deathstroke. I feel like there was one more that I can't remember.
Well, they say someone in the Middle East. They don't say who.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Naturally, we would think, oh, he must just be talking about Ra's al Ghul. But no, he's the bad guy in Absolute Superman. Yeah. So I don't know if it's him or not. But
yeah,
probably not.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. I mean, well, I would assume no. And if it is, then they need to fix their stuff. I thought
that page is beautiful. I love it.
Yes. And see, even here, like if I look at Batman's face, I don't think Clayman. I clearly don't think Dragotta. That reminds me of oh gosh, it's the Guillaume March.
Oh yeah,
like that face kind of reminds me of Guillaume March.
Yeah, Jaffiel.
But yeah, we start kind of getting into the crazy here in a second because they're fighting, and Bane just destroys Batman. Like that's the only way to put it.
He goes to town on him like the Harlem Globetrotters going to town on the Washington Generals. It does not look good.
Yep. But he ends up taking Batman's bat axe thing, and you can see here he's got Bruce's arm. And off with the arm.
Yeah.
But hey, one arm isn't good enough. Let's get the other. So he chops off the other as well. And I'm like, I was reading this and I was like, okay, this has to be like a dream sequence, right?
Or I'm thinking maybe Batman's just a mantle in this universe. Maybe we're going to get other people taking the Batman mantle.
Maybe, possibly. But yeah, he beats the ever loving. I mean, look, you got this here. Batman's like both of his arms. He's just dripping blood.
Looking like the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah.
'Tis but a flesh wound. Hopping around.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
Yeah. But here he like crushes. I don't know how this doesn't kill him. So this is where I'm like, all right, enough. Like if we had stopped here, I would have been like, all right, cool. But then he proceeds to completely crush Bruce's face and skull. And there's a point, like you can see where he's hitting it, right? Okay, great. But there's this one. You see his eyeball has completely popped out. Like the bat symbol, well, if we call that a bat symbol, is broken. So you're like, oh, did we just kill Batman? Nope. Nope, we didn't. Don't worry. We didn't kill Batman. See, and this is where I get confused because his face clearly is not crushed there.
Unless it's just poorly illustrated by Clay Mann.
I mean, maybe. Because you do have a scene where they're doing surgery and they're like, you see them doing, oh yeah, they're like doing surgery on his eyeball. I don't know if that's to put it back in or what.
I think so.
Yeah. But ultimately you end up getting this, this reveal of a kind of Frankenstein Bane-esque Batman. And I saw this and I went, what the beep are we doing?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second. What the fuck's going on here now?
Yeah. Like, is this the Batman we're continuing with?
Yeah.
Is this the new Bane? Like, what the hell are we doing?
It's a great question. I don't know.
But I went from being like, all right, I kind of might be back on board with this book to like, nope, never mind. I'm done. I'm done. I'm so over this bullshit. Like, I just can't. Yeah, I don't know. This is whack. Where Drew, if you had to guess or assume where you thought they were going to go with this, where do you like? Where would?
Honestly, I thought before we got to this shit show, I thought we were going to get Bane pretty much breaking Batman in half, within an inch of his life. But the hospital team is healing Bruce, bending him back together so Bane can do it over and over and over and over again.
See, that would have been creepy. That would have been wild. But no, we got this. We got Bane, Batman, Frankenstein,
Terminator.
I don't know, kind of Lobo-esque with the boots, like KGB. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, but this is what we've got. Yeah.
I guess it's a book where, like, as the story goes along, I'm just like, it just steadily gets worse. I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't like. Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this. I really don't like this. I don't like this. This is fucking stupid. What is going on here?
It's just wild. I mean, look, I'll keep checking in to see what happens, but I don't know. And then there are people out there being like, "Oh, this needs to become the new status quo." Like, you shut your mouth. This is not
terrifying.
Anyone that thinks this should be the new status quo for Batman, to me, has never read Batman. Like, you need to go read some Batman books because this is not.
It's alarming if people say that. It's like, clearly you've never read Batman. Clearly you do not read.
So, look, I'm just gonna call it. I as much as I thought I might give this a pass, I'm still gonna go drop this in the bin. Are you debating?
I'm a coin flip on the. Okay. I really don't know.
It's like a bad car crash. You just can't help but watch.
But at the same time, if you're coming into this blind, you're gonna be fucking lost as hell. You're gonna be like, "What the hell is going on here?"
For sure, for sure. Well, we're a little split, so we'll give it this.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
And let's go to the chat real quick and see what other people are talking about, and see if anyone else is reading this. We do have Kaiser Jose in the house. What's up, nerds? I can't believe y'all started without me. Kaiser, we already don't start on time. Like,
Yeah.
But good to see you here, brother.
Hey, Josh. Sorry, I got to take this call. Sorry. Go and continue. Sorry.
We also have JK coming in with "It's a shocker." I know, right? Started without him. What douchebags we are. And let's see, Kaiser. But I can't wait for the Ultimate Alfred Pennyworth and Ultimate Gordon books. I mean, we already have Absolute Alfred in this, right? But I'd be curious to see what Absolute Jim Gordon looks like, because that could be interesting, maybe, possibly. Kaiser did put Drew, if you like your mom's house, you should check out Killzone. Oh, okay. I will share that with Drew once he returns to. He's probably heard of Kill Tony though. So we do have William in the house. So William is he's part of the comic book club group that I mentioned from my comic shop. So William, nice to see you. I'm glad you could catch us live as well. We're just gonna be nerdy and talk about this week's comics, but. And Kaiser Jose put, I implore everyone to watch Shane Gillis Donald Trump episode. Okay. Shane Gillis is so underrated as a comedian. I mean, I think he's getting found out now, but I think one of the biggest mistakes SNL ever made was not actually keeping him when they had the chance. He had that one joke that I think was questionable, and then they're like, yeah, no, we're going to get rid of you. And he's great. But yeah, so it's look, between Absolute, Ultimate, I do it here all the time where I get them mixed up. It's practically the same but different. And I mean, one's so over the top, and one I'm like, you could do more. Let's do some more. So crazy outcomes. Kaiser, shut up. I do not. Oh my gosh, I hate y'all sometimes, jerks. But yeah, that is Absolute Batman. While Drew is still on the phone, I'm gonna come up and pull something up real quick that I know he did not read. That way we can discuss it. So it's gonna be a little gay for a second. But it is Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton. So I know I read the first issue, really liked it. And then the second issue, I was like, I don't know. This issue was back to being better. This is a quick, easy read. If you're wanting or hoping to get something that's got a ton of substance, this is not going to be the book for you. But it's one of the Ryan North books that I like the most. Also, I love this cover by Jay Lee. Yeah. But as we all know, I'm a sucker for dogs. So, yeah, I'm just switching over to make sure I'm not getting muted. So I'll keep popping in and out. But no, so the first issue you had Krypton. I lost my mic. So the second issue was Crypto coming to Earth and getting found by I know. Damn it, Josh. Muted. Damn it, Josh. No sound. We're back now though, unless I've lost it again. But no, the second issue had Crypto coming, and it was Lex Luthor that found them. And then that one was okay, but not nearly as good. This one kind of returns to that idea of heart that I liked so much about that first issue, where you've got Crypto, and he's kind of left Lex. He's kind of wandering on his own. It's winter now, and he ends up stumbling across a little girl that's lost in the winter woods, and he's helping kind of just take care of her. But she gets to a point where she's super cold, and she's essentially dying, and he ends up helping her and then bringing her back. So it's just nice, heartfelt, touching stuff. Very simple, nothing over the top. And they do a good job of really kind of showing how crypto responds. I think sometimes it's easy and hard to show the how an animal will emote. But yeah, ends up taking her to the hospital or getting her into town where people find her and get her to a hospital. And I think the kind of like man's best friend of it all is he refuses to leave this little girl's bed. And then the parents come in and the nurse is like, "Oh, your dog, your pet saved your daughter." And they're like, "This isn't our dog." So, nice little story there. It does kind of make me think just dogs. I don't know if anyone's seen the preview for Good Boy. Oh man, I want to see it, but I don't want to see it. Um, yeah, that's all I can say about Good Boy. Like, it looks fantastic and terrifying all at the same time, and I'm probably gonna go into the theater praying that they don't kill the dog. Don't kill the freaking dog. But yeah, this issue of Crypto ends with what we think is Clark's ship arriving on Earth, but maybe it's not Clark's ship arriving on Earth. So curious to see what they do. Again, there's nothing overly grandeur or incredible about this book, but it's just a nice kind of heartfelt, warm read. So if you want something that's a nice palate cleanser, this isn't a bad pickup. So, okay, yeah, those are from a few minutes ago. I keep seeing the no sound, and I keep freaking out, thinking my mic's dropped again. So, yeah. Anyways, another book that I read, and I'm not sure if Drew read this, but there was a new Justice League book that came out this week called Justice League Red. And I will say that at first, just looking at it, I mean, the moment you say Red Tornado, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm down. And then in the other retrospects of this, I am and I'm not excited. We've got Power Girl, which fine. Like if it's an ensemble, I'm fine with her being there. I've never been like the biggest, like, oh my god, I can't wait to read Power Girl fan. But we got Green Lantern, Simon Baz. I like Simon Baz. I think he's an interesting character. We've got Deadman. I'll read Deadman all day long. Cyborg's here. And then Red Canary is the big, like, why? But we essentially have this new Justice League that's getting formed by Red Tornado. And it's because he is calculating different type of events that could happen to the Earth. And he's calculating the ability or availability of the Justice League, and if maybe other people need to be involved in their own team to kind of help manage. And at first, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of on board with it. Where this is going. Like, to me, this page in particular looks really freaky and cool. And then we jump into the normal story, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is not it. The writing to me just feels very generic. So for instance, like this opening page, you got this guy that's in this building burning. I don't know why he's still standing when the fire is this bad that it's taken over everything all around you. I don't know why you're still inside calling your wife. Like, get out. Like, just try to get out. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but he's leaving a voicemail for his wife, going, "This cough or this the fire's pretty bad, babe. The ceiling just collapsed, and I don't think I'm coming home." And he's like, "Tell the kids, Poppy loves them." And then you got, "Scratch that, buddy. You can tell them yourself as soon as we get the hell out of here." Right away, I knew. I was like, "Oh God, I don't know." And then you got the overdramatic Green Lantern. Also, he constructs a fire extinguisher and then somehow manages to produce fire retardant from the fire extinguisher. So go figure out how that works. I don't know. They switched to a different method where he's got like a giant fire blanket later. Yeah, here. I'm like, okay, that kind of makes more sense because he used a ring to smother it. But yeah, this is where any excitement or hope that I had for this book really just started falling flat because I was like, nope, whoever this writer is not good enough to carry this. Even the line like there's a beep 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 and he's like, oh, except I don't have my phone. Okay, cool. It's your Justice League card. What the hell? Um, we get the introduction of Power Girl here. It's just as poorly written. She also gets the beep beep beep, and then they make it to the watchtower and come in, and then you've got this whole like I don't know, everything just feels so hokey. Red tornado, and yeah, you kind of get. I think you have Power Girl saying my question exactly, or that's a good question, or that's what I was wondering, or great question, like 10 times in this book. I was ready to blow my brains out. But yeah, not great. So that you've got the story of them trying to pull this team together and why they're needed and why they're getting called, and then they go on a mission, but then it looks like the mission may have been a setup and a fib. With this wannabe Transformers here, but yeah, whatever hope I had for this book kind of got lost. We don't get any of the other characters in this yet. It's just these three. Will I be picking up the next issue? That's a big piece of crap. Of course, what the moment I'm not on the screen is when it goes and mutes. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that book based on everything that was there. Um, yeah, even Black Adam could do nothing to get me in, and yeah. Eric Breen goes, a Saladin Ahmed book doesn't deliver. I'm shocked, shocked. I tell you. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much on point. I was so disappointed when he took over Daredevil because I was like, oh, why? Even his one Wolverine, not good, not good. Let's go to the chat real quick. We do have JK with if they want Red Canary to be a thing, she needs a personality. Yeah, I mean they've done. I don't. I'm so sick of these forms of characters, these additional characters, this offset, whatever, like to the nth degree of this character. Like we need to kill some of these characters off and let them stay dead because it's too much. Zaxi is back with it's Josh, it's Zax! Exclamation point. And and JK, but a big this is a mic cut. Yeah, a big something. We don't know what, but something. So all right, let me look at this real quick and see what else is up here. Marvel did release a new Black Cat book, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't fully know why they keep trying to make Black Cat happen in its own solo. I mean, look, I understand why you're trying to make Black Cat happen. I'm not that dumb and not that gay. But I don't know why they keep trying to get her to have her own title to launch off the ground. I just don't think she's a strong enough character. I think she needs to be a supporting character. But alas, we have another Black Cat #1 that hit the stands this week, and I gave it a skim. It's G. Willow Wilson writing, and you know what? Her Poison Ivy's been pretty darn good. So I was kind of like, all right, I'll give this a shot. But then I saw you have Gleb Melnikov doing art, and don't get me wrong, I like Gleb Melnikov. I think he's a good artist. I love what he did on Robin, but he is not the artist I would pick for Black Cat. Like he just draws. It's I don't know. He just doesn't deliver the sex appeal, and I feel like if you're doing a Black Cat book, I think people want the sex appeal. Now, if you did read this, you might be going like, I don't know that scene. I get it. All right, I do. Um, but to me, just nothing about this says, "Oh dang, va va voom." And then he keeps doing this, the whole duck face with the open lips, where it's like she can't close her lips all the way. We get that a lot, like a lot, to the point that I found it really freaking obnoxious. Um, but yeah, it's like, can you not close your mouth? Look, you got it here, right here. Boom. We'll keep going. And mouth's open a little bit. Mouth's open. I don't know what's going on here. Like, this looks like a cosplayer instead of Black Cat, but open mouth, open mouth. It's like when people get veneers and suddenly their teeth, it makes their mouth larger and they can't actually, like, their resting face, they can't close their lips. That's what this reminds me of. But add a little bit of a, like, a duck facyness to it. And yeah. But if you're wondering about the VOT, well, I mean, one, she just plops right down on Lizard there. So, I mean, that's probably some fantasies for some people. But if you're wondering about the Va Va Voom scene, the bath scene, this here. So I'm sure a lot of people here can go, oh, what do you mean there's no, like, sex appeal? It's right here. Sure, fine. But even, I don't know, the face just doesn't do it for me. So uh maybe it's because it's me. So fellow gentlemen, you'll have to let me know, do you think this is Va Va Voom or no? And they show a couple different angles in here of yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look, I get the idea of it, but I don't know. I don't know why we're getting this book. I feel like I say that for about 40% of the books that hit the stands these days. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like it's a waste of money. Maybe do it as a limited series, maybe do it as a backup or a subplot, but not this. Real quick, JK put his work on Robin. Yeah, I loved that Robin run with Joshua Williamson and Gleb Milnikov. Like, I thought it was a really fun story. What was I'm trying to think. I started to say Punchline, but it's not Punchline. Is it Heartline? I can't remember. But his kind of like love interest there, his girlfriend there, was a really Flatline. Boom. She was a really cool character, and I kind of love what they went with all these different characters that are assassins, and it was a fun book. I remember reading that when Wes and I were doing This Week in Batman, and we loved it each and every week for a while there. That was like the best book coming out, because it was definitely better than James Tynion and what he was doing on Batman. And we do have Cannoli Sasquatch in the house coming in with "There's nothing floppy on me when I'm around Josh." I don't know what that means, because I'm a good Christian boy, and yeah, I don't know what that means at all. And then Cannoli also put, "No, this does nothing for me." Yeah, I just and then Tony Rios put, "Because Black Cat was made by." Oh, I mean, okay, maybe. I mean, it's I don't know. Again, I think Gleb is a really good get, and there are plenty of books that I'd put him on. This would be the last book I'd put him on. So it's not like, oh, I don't like Gleb's art. I just don't think he's the right artist for this. And it's like Marvel. I feel like Marvel knows this, because you go up there and you have that Adam Hughes cover. Is it Adam Hughes? I might be mixing up my artists here for a second. Anyways, you got this bomb ass cover, so they know what they need to do. But yeah, interesting choice to have leading this book. JK's wanting to know if it's a license thing. I don't think it's a license thing, because they're using her in Spider-Man. I think it's kind of like what they keep doing with Kamala and what they keep doing with Captain Marvel, where they're just like, all right, we're gonna keep publishing this until it kind of gets its audience. But if you're gonna do a solo book, I just really feel like you need to have a character that can drive the narrative for more than one arc. If you wanted to do, and this is what I was saying, like if you want to do a one-off miniseries that featured Felicia, sure, like I'm down. Give a 6 issue, 10 issue, whatever type story. Let it be a one-off. In a few years down the road, maybe you can find something else. But an ongoing series, I just don't. I don't know if there's enough meat there, you know. And the fact that, like, kind of Catwoman, she straddles this line, but she's not, I guess, morally as gray as Catwoman is. Also, I think Gotham's just a more interesting city. But yeah, Flatline. Jake also put, I wish they'd kept Flatline and dumped Red. Oh, God, yes. I can't with Red Canary. I mean, you got Black Canary, you got White Canary, we got Red Canary. We're going to have Yellow Canary next. I don't need it. Can only Sasquatch did put, no, if you read Batman Superman Omnibus, what they do with Supergirl in that first volume will make you your sundial rise. Uh-oh. Whoops. Okay. We've got William coming in saying, Josh, I've zeroed out the Marvel titles I buy. Do you have a Marvel recommend that I should add back to my saver? I don't think I've got a Marvel title that I would say add back to your saver. I think the only thing that I thought was good enough to fully read from Marvel was that Daredevil mini that they had with Charles Soule, and Steve McNiven. So that Daredevil Cold Day in Hell was excellent, but it was only 3 issues, but they're oversized issues, and it just wrapped up. And William, that's the one that I told Dave, once it gets collected, we need to do it for the comic book club, because it's kind of perfect for that type of environment. So oh no, we've got trouble here. We've got MG in the house. He put, boys, did you see Nottingham is doing a trade paperback omnibus? I'd rather a hardcover, but it'll do. So no, I did not see that. Yes, I will be buying it, but MG, I have a feeling that if it sells well enough, we will get a hardcover. So if you like it, I would say get it. I mean, if you can, get it. And then hopefully it'll get enough traction that you can then get the hardcover. Because if you'll remember, I was sleeping on Nottingham, so I didn't read it until we were wrapping up the year, and I just kind of flew through everything. So I hadn't read a single issue. And I think it came in at number 3 for me on the top books of last year. Because I think it was like Nottingham. I think I had Nottingham, Bear Pirate, Viking Queen, and then number 1 was the One Hand and the Six Fingers. All 3 freaking great books. So, and then MG, but the only Marvel title is worth it is Ultimate Wolverine. Ditch all the Marvel until they sort themselves out. Okay, see, I would agree with you. And Drew and I were talking about this last week. It feels like Ultimate Wolverine is kind of getting its legs cut out from under it, because it feels like Chris Condon was trying to build to the slow burn of a story, and then they're already kind of wrapping things up with the Ultimate. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's kind of feels like a hot mess express, and it felt like he suddenly like pumped the gas and was trying to move past certain story elements to get to a certain story element for Ultimate Wolverine. But other than that, yes, I will say that's probably the book I'm enjoying the most, but I don't know if it's going to stick the landing, so I don't necessarily want to say like go get it. Gavin put MK Punisher coming. Yeah, Marvel Knights Punisher. I am stoked for that. One, look, I know a lot of people dislike Jimmy Palmiotti because of some of his takes, especially on Twitter and stuff. What I will say about Jimmy Palmiotti is, one-on-one, he is one of the nicest creators I've ever met. He loves this industry. He loves comics. His ultimate goal is to see comics succeed. And then when I was getting my start writing for like Batman News and trying to get interviews and stuff, he and his wife Amanda were just incredibly kind, incredibly gracious. They would go out of their way to let us have interviews. They would go out of their way to help us get interviews with other talent. So Jimmy Palmiotti, in my book, is a super cool guy. Also, probably my favorite and most memorable comic book panel or Comic Con panel that I've ever been to. Was one that he had helped organize for Darwin Cook after Darwin Cook passed, and it was just a couple of the guys up there sharing stories of working with Darwin, what life was like with Darwin, and it was so emotional. It was just all these guys talking about like the love they had for Darwin Cook, why he meant so much to them, and you got these like big New Yorkers that are like, like New Yorkers, and they were getting emotional up there. But it was all just terrific stories of how much he helped them in their careers and how much he contributed to comics, and just it was fantastic. One of my favorite panels. And you are welcome, William. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think. I think most of us have kind of dropped Marvel at this point. It's been rough for a while. So all right, we've got Ezekiel in the house. Ezekiel, I promise I'm gonna message you this weekend to send you a timeline where I will be free, and it's coming up relatively soon-ish. But I'd love to come up and see you and Val and get some food or something. So, and MG MG but trouble. I didn't even say anything yet. No, it's not that you said anything yet. It's just that I know you're not afraid to. And part of me feels like because we haven't been doing Max's Friday shows, I feel like you might have some stuff like built up ready to go. So, but yeah, I'm just preparing myself for it. That's all. MG also put, I got some spicy Nottingham. I'm buying everything they put out. Heck yeah. So, MG, you're the guy that's constantly keeping us on our toes with what you've got. And I do think we might be coming back this Friday with Max, or tomorrow, I should say. I'll have to partner with him to see. But if you miss Max, say you miss him in the chat so he can see it. He might appreciate that. But I think he's enjoying his break from social media right now. And MG put Ultimate Wolverine was only supposed to be 12 issues anyways. Oh, okay, wow. I'll be really curious to see what they do. I really love this reveal of Archangel that they had in this last issue. But I think I just want more. Like I wish we could even take more time with it. So Tony Rios. Well, by the way, Tony, welcome. I don't know if I've seen you here before, and if I've said that to you before, I apologize. I have the memory of a goldfish. But Tony put, to be fair, it seems both DC and Marvel focus on covers that look good but not great. Yeah. So the interesting thing, I don't know so much about Marvel. I know for a fact DC is sitting on like this catalog of just generic covers. And that's why you tend to see a lot of covers for books that have nothing to do with the actual story. It's because they have already paid artists to just be like, hey, just do a Batman cover. And I'm sure we'll find something that it'll work great with at some point. And I think that's part of it. Also, depending on how much they're paying people may not feel like it's worth giving their full effort. Tony Reeves put exactly the Kamala Khan Danvers. Yeah, just we're gonna keep relaunching this book until you like it. And how has that worked out for y'all, Marvel? I don't think it has. MG put Palmiani's doing a good job on Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger, except a couple of stand-in art issues. It's been a great story so far. I will say Jimmy is underrated as a storyteller, and I'm happy he's kind of getting to flex his muscles there a little bit. And he's not afraid to kind of go into some darker themes and elements. So I like that as well. And he's got a good sense of humor, kind of like a naughty sense of humor. Like he's not afraid to kind of go into like, oh, I don't know if I should be laughing at that, but okay, that's kind of funny. And what about the Incredible Hulk? Okay, so I will admit I am behind on the Incredible Hulk with I almost said Daniel Warren Johnson, but no, Philip Kennedy Johnson. There we go. I'm behind. I've heard some people say that they are enjoying that. I need to catch up. I will get there at some point. I mentioned to Drew, like I've got all these books right here that I need to read and review for various things. So hopefully once I kind of start knocking those out, I can find some time to catch up there. And yes, Zeke, food is always good. MG did say that he dropped the Incredible Hulk because he knew the main character was Charlie and not Hulk, and the stand-in art was too frequent. Absolutely. Okay, so this is my other issue with Marvel lately is even with miniseries, they're bringing like a fill-in artist, and I'm like, what are we doing? We talked about this on Tuesday concerning Spider-Man and Wolverine, or Spider-Man versus Wolverine, whatever the title is. But the fact that it's supposed to be like what, a 5-issue series, I think, and what is issue 3, 4, whatever this issue was that came out last week, they've already got a fill-in artist. Like, if you're doing a mini series, let your freaking artist do the entire series. Because that I'm not the biggest Kari Andrews fan. I'm very open about that, but you notice the difference with that book. Kaiser Jose put Infernal Hulk reading. Infernal Hulk sounds interesting, but I'm not falling for Marvel's renumbering gimmick. Yeah, don't fall for the renumbering gimmick. They're already, I mean, look, they're kind of doing it with Detective Comics right now. This week would be like, it's the issue number 1100. So, and MG put, I want to send Max a spicy reel after, I went to oh God, hold on. Let me Coca-Cola Zero it up. I almost said let me Coke it up, and that would probably get me kicked off YouTube. All right. I think we're about to get in some Max tributes real quick. So Maxi Poo, if you're there in the internet ethers listening, I know you watch my show. If you're listening, this is for you, buddy. But MG put, I went to send Max a spicy reel earlier on Instagram and was disappointed he's not back yet. Yes, I will say he's greatly enjoying his break from social media. But I'm sure he'll be back before too long. And JK misses you as well, Max. We got Rye Guy KC in the house. He goes, I miss you, Max. Max, Rye Guy, he misses you. Come back to us, Max. We've got Kaiser Jose coming in with, I miss my maxi pad. Well, Kaiser, when you have a heavy flow, I bet you do miss your maxi pad. But yes, we love you, dude. Glad you're taking some. Look, every now and then we got to take a break from social media. This, especially if you're on X, it's just chaos. And then sometimes I don't think people realize the grind of even doing these YouTube shows. It is exhausting. We've talked about how we'll do streams sometimes and we finish and we just like we just have to go like lay down and decompress for a second because it's go. And for most of us, we're doing our day job, then coming home and straight into this. So MG put the creative team on Wolverine should be fired, and the creative team from Ultimate Wolverine should be. Hey, you know what, MG, 100%. Get rid of Saladin Ahmed and whoever the hell is doing the art for that book. Throw on Chris Condon. Throw on the original artist that they had at the beginning, not the fill-in artist that they used for Ultimate Wolverine. And I am down. See what else we have here. Talking about some variant covers. Kaiser Jose put, I don't understand how Dynamite thrives off variant covers, and MG put, I don't know how Dynamite sells books, let alone all those covers. Look, if they were actually putting out some quality product, maybe, but some of that stuff has been rough. I remember being so excited for the Gargoyles like launch with the comics, and man, I stopped reading that real fast. And let's see. Yep. MG said staying an artist or fill an artist on issue 3 has become an auto drop for me. Yeah, like get it together. And I, sometimes you see fill an artist because the main artist needs to catch up. If that's the case, and that's why you have a fill in artist by issue 3, then you're not giving your team enough of a leeway to start their book before you start publishing. And that's just stupid on the publisher's part. Now, the other hand of that, and what I think is probably more of the actual problem is, they're like, oh, we're doing this 5-issue story and we want this great creative team, but hey, we actually can't afford to pay the artist for all 5 issues. So we're going to have you do issues 1 and 2. We'll have a fill-in artist that's way cheaper for 3 and 4, and we'll bring you back for 5. Just pay the artist. Like, it's going to work better for you long term. More people will buy the book long term. Let's see. I'm not reading that, but yep, I accidentally said that out loud. And all right, Tony, he says, yes, I don't always join the chat, but I listen. Well, awesome, man. I'm glad you're joining the chat. We're just a bunch of nerds here talking. I think Drew had to step away to take a comic book writing call. Again, we all know how busy that guy is. And if you're working on something or editing or trying to get notes or feedback or whatever, you got to do it when you can do it. And let's see, Kaiser put Josh is talking like Max when Max. Oh my god. I'm waiting because I feel like MG's gonna put one of those comments in there. And then I went and I went and did, and then there were on in can of real life. Yeah, that's how Max gets sometimes. So I get it. Let's see what else people are saying here. Oh gosh, I just lost my spot. Hold please. This is great. I'm having a great time with the chat right now, and this is helping me not have to worry about trying to scroll through a book and worry about if my mic's beating. Some love for the Mark Spears covers. Cool. And Salty just put just jump back. Were you saying buy Black Hat #1 page through? I wasn't. No, I wasn't saying buy it. What I was mainly saying is I was kind of intrigued. G. Willow Wilson is not my favorite writer. Every now and then she manages to do stuff that is actually quite good. Oh, it muted on me. Sorry. No, I don't think you should buy Black Cat. I don't understand why they put Gleb Milnikov on the art, and I think they should have done a different artist. I like Gleb. I like Gleb a lot, but this is not the book for him. Zeke put we all miss Max. Happy he's enjoying the break though. Yeah, indeed. Good for you, Max. Stepping away from social media. It's fine. It's fine. We'll allow it. And Corey put, Max has been away. Laugh out loud. I know he enjoyed his time away. I thought about doing it myself. Sometimes you got to, man. Yeah. And then here's the thing. Salty's right. Let Max live in the real world, not this hellish nightmare of social media and YouTube. Yes. And look, Max has got a ton of stuff going on and on his plate right now as well. So that's probably like, I just need to pause this for a second. Gavin put Philip Kennedy Johnson was really talking up the epicness of Infernal Hulk on World War Comics. All right. I will say the one thing that I really like about PKJ is if you just give him time and let him just tell his story, he's going to deliver one hell of a story. So I think I need to jump on that bandwagon sooner rather than later. MG put my problem with the Black Cat art is she looks like she's pasted into the background. Digital art ruins it for me. Yeah, even this here, it looks kind of different than his Robin stuff looked. So I don't know what he's doing different, but he's doing something different. And yeah, the interiors look surprisingly clean. They are like again, I'm a fan of what Gleb Milnikov does. He worked on the Angel book for a little bit. He did the Robin book. Both of those I thought were pretty damn good while he was on there. Gavin put Panosian, baby. Heck yeah. Zeke put Space Ghost is the only book I'm reading from Dynamite. So Zeke, I still need to read Space Ghost that came out last week because it was sold out at our comic shop and I didn't get a chance to pick it up. So I'm going to get a copy and then read it. Good problem to have. I'm happy that we sold out. And then Kaiser put same Zeke, but I only grabbed the Green Lantern's Spears. Okay. We're still on the Spears variants there. And MG put, I think money is more the thing than time, Josh. That's why I'm off the book. Yeah. I feel you there. And let's see. JK put, seems like the artists should value themselves more than the strategy. Yeah, look, if I were Kari Andrews and I were gonna do, Spider-Man and Wolverine, and Marvel came back and told me like, oh, if this is the case, or if Marvel told them, hey, we're gonna have you do issues 1 and 2, we'll have someone else do 3 and 4, and then you'll come back for 5. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it then. Like, either let me do the book or don't. And then if we need to negotiate something from there, fine. But I'm not just gonna sit over here and just be like, all right, yeah, no, cool. Like, let's interrupt my art in the story. I think that's an easy way to pull someone from a comic is when you change the art. Now, if you do like they did with Transformers, where you got Jorge Corona and Jorge Corona came in and did his best Daniel Warren Johnson like mimic, like fine, that's great. If you get someone similar like that and you need to alternate between the two for arcs or something, sure. Or maybe you have flashbacks or something in the story. Yeah, cool. Down with that as well. But they're just ridiculous with this changing in the artist. MG put even Deadly Tales the Gunslinger had a fill-in artist on issues 4 and 5, and they delayed it for months. What the heck? They delayed it for months for the artist to get time. And he pencils then digitally inks. So what's the deal? I mean, unless maybe there's a health issue there, I don't fully know. But it looks like we've got Drewski back, so maybe he's still muted. Maybe he just popped out and popped back in. All right, let's see. It's been all of our subs. What else do we have in the comments here, Max? Oh, MG put Max sometimes reminds me that have you really been far even if hold apparently I cannot read tonight. Max sometimes reminds me of that. Have you really been far even as decided to use even go want to Yes. Indeed. And yes, I had my damn it Josh moment again. But yeah. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Yes, Kaiser, you're right. She did the Poison Ivy Swamp Thing crossover book, Feral Trees, that I thought was really good. Had like a total late 80s type vibe to it. Was pretty damn dark. Had good themes. Had Swamp Thing kind of like telling Poison Ivy she's acting like a little so because she's too involved in the human world. That I kind of forgotten about that issue, and I'm glad you brought it up. Okay, so Salty. I have not read Remender's Escape yet, but I'm super stoked because I tend to like Remender stuff. I did buy it. As I said earlier, though, I didn't get home last night until like 11:30, and then had to be at work at 7 this morning. So I try to just get home, shower, go to bed, get up, and then I tried to read as much as I could on my lunch break today before coming home. That way, I could have as many books as possible for me to contribute with. But with that kind of being a little bit of a thicker book, I purposely set it aside, which I'm sad about, but I will get there. I might have to mention it next week when we do Floppy Drop just to discuss it. JK put, I'm kind of disappointed with Philip Kennedy Johnson's Batman and Robin. The arc ended on a thud for me. See, I'm a little behind there, but I know people have been loving it. So is it just that it ended on a low note, or is it like ending on a bad note? MG, but assuming Max only bought 124 pack, how many crayons does he have left? I wouldn't rule out being into the second pack though. Bro, he's on pack number 8. Okay, like this guy is a fiend. He's a crayon stack fiend. If you leave crayons around, they're not gonna last. So, and Kaiser Jose put Escape is another hit. Hell yeah, I'm excited. I love Remender's stuff, but I feel like he's very hit or miss with me. Like I loved I love Sacrificers. I think it's great, ton of fun. He did I can see the cover, but I can't think of what it's called. He did another book around that same time that Sacrificers launched. I was like, yeah, okay. And then he did Grommets, which I also really loved. And then the Seasons, which I wasn't as crazy about. So I'm hoping this kind of continues that trend of like, all right, we're gonna get a banger again. And Gavin agrees, great stuff. He said it reads quick. Kaiser or Salty said I think it's pretty good. And then JK is just confirming Batman and Robin was a low note after the high of the prior issue. Okay. His Damien just doesn't make sense to me. It still seems more like Tim themes glued onto Damien. Okay, fair. I can see that. I think in general, DC really needs to assess their Bat family and remind themselves of these characters, who they are, why they represent certain aspects. Because for the longest time, they all kind of just could have been interchangeable with how these writers were writing them, and that was kind of the whole point of this. And I'm glad this is what Lemire and Dustin Nguyen are doing with these Robin and Batman books, is kind of reminding, like, hey, this is what separates these Robins, especially from one another. But Dick is very different from Jason, who is very different from Tim, who is very different from Damien. And they all have their own personality. They all have their own way of going about fighting crime. And the fact that we're kind of getting that washed away is stupid. And same with the Batgirls, man. Like, enough with trying to have like these 3 Batgirls running around. Just let Cass be Batgirl. Just let her be Batgirl. Put Steph back as Spoiler. Spoiler's a cool character. Like, Spoiler is cool on her own. Let her be Spoiler. Get her back with freaking Tim already. Like, enough with this nonsense. And then let Barbara just be Oracle. Just let it be. And if there's a crazy event or something and Barbara wants to use the device to try to stand up and walk and stuff, cool.
He's back. Opa. Sorry. Had a very, very important call. New York Comic Con stuff. Sorry.
Oh,
yes. Yep. I guess he's going to be there with Aaron. Yeah, with bells on. It's going to be awesome.
Bells and whistles.
Yep.
That's exciting, dude. Well, awesome. Okay. Gavin, Napalm Lullaby. That was the one that I was like, yeah. Started off interesting, and then yeah.
So I saw that you talked about Justice League Red.
Yes.
I did not like it. I
hated it.
It felt wrong in every single way. It felt illogical at the same point. At the same time, it didn't. It was
just weird.
Yes. Black Cat was weird, and honestly, I would have lost money on it because I was waiting for like a lesbian romance between her and the nurse, night nurse. I'm like, oh shit. It didn't happen. Crap, I'm shocked. Because that's like G. Willow Wilson's like one trick. She does that in all of her stuff. I'm like, she didn't do it here. Interesting.
Nope. Yeah, we got into a lot of discussions, and the comments kind of like took off there for a second. So I was like, hell yeah. So we're
one book I did want to talk about. Is the Event Horizon book.
Yes. Let's do it. All right, pulling it up. I did not read this. Because I'm not familiar with the film.
Wait, what?
Yeah, sorry.
You've not seen Event Horizon?
Oh, no.
Okay, so do you know like what the premise of this is at least?
I don't think so. I mean, it sounds familiar, but I don't.
Okay, it's Hellraiser in space, pretty much.
Oh, okay, hell yeah. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna say this European kind of looking art already has me. So
okay. So I am a big fan of the movie. It is Hellraiser in space, pretty much. You have great actors in it: Sam Neill, Lawrence Fishburne, great stuff. So
you know what? Was it from the 80s?
No.
Okay, never mind.
And when you watch it, you're still left with a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And a lot of questions. So this series is the prequel to the movie, and we're seeing what the events transpired to the Event Horizon ship before the film. What led them on its journey, the crew, and all that. And this was a film I am waiting for the answers. I want to know what happened. I want to know about these people behind the scenes. And issue 1, besides the art, left how my horror movie hero Pinhead once said in Hellraiser Bloodline, I am so exquisitely empty.
No.
I left reading this just empty because there's nothing new that we learned in this book. in this issue. Nothing new was learned.
Wild.
This is all stuff that we knew. I mean, the only thing that's new is that this crew on the Event Horizon that we all know is going to die. They're all going to die eventually. Hopefully there isn't that one diversity hire that manages to survive in an escape shelter or something. If so, I'm going to be pissed. But
You mean this one here?
yes.
Yeah.
But nothing as new is learned in this book. This is everything we already knew. We knew Sam Neill and his wife. We knew his wife killed herself. We knew all this, and we knew about the ship going on the journey. It's like, okay, if this whole issue had been the romance, the relationship between Sam Neill and his wife, seeing how in love they were, and it ends with their suicide. Boom, that's a banger of a first issue. Yes, but nothing new was learned in this book at all.
Wow. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, the art is beautiful. I mean, I think the artist of this, I think he did work on the Hellraiser series too, actually, ironically enough.
Gotcha.
But I was just left empty. It's just, yeah.
Now, was this a one shot, or are there more
No.
issues of this coming?
No, more issues coming. More
Okay.
issues coming. But what I'm also feeling empty about with this are the covers too. If you look at a lot of the covers, a lot of them look exactly the same. Literally exactly the same. And it's just like boring as shit. And I'm just like, can we get any variety here? Something, please? Maybe a dead astronaut in space? Like I said, I was just left empty with this, which is a shame.
Interesting. I will say I was praising the art at the beginning, but I do feel like the pencils are getting a little looser here towards the end. So it looks like they may have, which makes me nervous for future issues. But
and look, the crew in this, a lot of them are pretty insufferable. They're unlikable assholes. And it's not like the crew in the film. Not like the crew in the film where it's like, okay, yeah, you understand what their backgrounds, where they're coming from, their motivations, their traumas. Here it's just like they're just dickheads, and one of them murders someone on their crew.
Well, it's not a good time unless you're murdering your crew member.
Yeah, true.
But I didn't read this, and then I got excited to read this, and maybe I should read this. But
I would say watch the movie first. If you like it, maybe check this out.
All right, that's fair. That's completely fair. And then I'll probably keep tabs with you to see if it gets better, because maybe this is a situation where they're trying to come into this with like, okay, maybe someone is picking this up and they didn't see the movie, so let's try to kind of rehash some, retread some ground to get to this point. So
yeah, true. But I would have told if I knew this writer, I would tell him, dude, this is the wrong approach.
Isn't this the guy that did gosh, what was that Batman book? I feel like Christian Ward I feel like he usually does art.
Oh.
Unless I'm getting him mixed up with somebody. No. He's typically an artist. He did the Aquaman Andromeda book by Ram V. He did the art for that. He did the Batman City of Madness art. Like, his art's
why the fuck is he writing?
I don't know. So this is he usually does kind of like psychedelic, kind of trippy looking stuff. But let me see if I can get this pulled up real quick. Image a new tab. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna shoot. But like, this is his type of stuff that he does art wise. But
yeah, and the art in that book was beautiful, and I don't understand why he wouldn't be writing and illustrating this.
Maybe timing. I don't know, but who knows? He likes to do these bright colors though, because even with the Batman book, he had a lot of like vibrant colors in that book. So maybe they were like, it doesn't really fit the tone of this, and then decided not to have him do the art. But I haven't been the biggest fan of his writing in general. So, and yes, you saying hollow, that's kind of how I feel about his writing that I've read previously. Is it just kind of falls flat?
Yeah, it's like it's hollow. Yeah. The characters are very hollow, one dimensional, and like I said, there's nothing new learned here.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wild, wild. Well, there's some boobies that keep popping up though. That's creepy. Yeah. Well, this is a disappointment because I got excited and now maybe not.
You're telling me.
Oh yeah, I have nothing to stake it on, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'll have to check out the movie. But two, I will go from there. Uh Gavin, but what the fuck, Josh? That movie is amazing. I know, I'm sorry. I apologize. I You mentioning Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill though makes me think I have seen it, but it's been forever.
It came out back in 97, 98, I think.
Okay. Is there a blonde lady in there as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the chick from Nip Tuck, the one wife.
Yeah, okay. I've seen it. It's just been a hot minute. It's been a while.
I'm surprised you wouldn't remember because it's a film you will not forget. I saw that film when I was way too young, and I have never forgotten it.
I think that's what it is, though. I think I saw it like when it first came out on like VHS back in the day. If it was like 97. Because I feel like it's something that my brothers probably rented and watched, and then I watched it and just 1997.
I was right.
Yeah, no, you're right. So, Jackie put Event Horizon too scary for me and weird. I mean, this might be the other part because my brothers were the type that they would rent horror movies if my parents weren't home or out of town or something, and they would let me watch, but they'd force me to turn around in certain things. I'd be like, "No, you can't watch this. Turn around." So maybe some of the stuff that you're like, "How can you not remember this?" I may not have watched it. That scene anyways, but yeah, let's see what else do we have here. MG put 4K Event Horizon in 4K, yeah, and we do have Ugly Strawberry coming in with Sup Vatos. What's up, Ugly Strawberry? Nice to see you here. Coming from the world of X, we finally have someone on X commenting. Hallelujah. And then JK put that Aquaman book was pretty. Indeed, it was. And Kaiser put Aquaman's my favorite DC book. I'm assuming you mean the Jeremy Adams DC book right now. And Salts put we need to Clockwork Orange duct tape Josh to a barber chair and make him watch all 80s horror classics. I have seen a Clockwork Orange. I even saw a Clockwork Orange in a cemetery. So fun times. And Gavin, but you'd have to turn around the whole movie. That might be why I don't remember stuff. So I'll have to go back and fix it. Fix myself, I should say. And
fix yourself.
Yes, okay. And then Zeke put Josh, when we meet up for food, Val and I have movies to talk about. Indeed. We're hitting the 8:42 mark. So we did Justice League, we did Black Cat. I do want to touch on the Amazing Spider-Man real quick.
Oh yes, the Amazing Spider-Man. Yes.
Yeah, because this is a book that I'm not gonna hate on like I typically hate on it. I don't know how we got here, but I didn't feel like it's as awful as it's been.
No, you're right. And I left bewildered after this. It was a what the effing F did I just read? Because on one hand, this didn't really feel like a Spider-Man book. I think the last issue it was a JRJR book, and I wanted to forget that because of the shitty art. But
so bad.
So I'm reading this, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something because I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, well, like we left off with what was it, Hell's Gate, Heaven's Gate, whatever that character's name was, and then we're coming to this, and then you got Peter talking to Peter, but it's almost like they're trying to. I mean, this panel right here is clearly them foreshadowing what's coming at the end of the book.
Yes,
because it almost looks like you got a Peter in black clothing and a Peter in normal clothing, but really it's supposed to just be Shadow. But I mean, he knew what he was doing. But honestly, this artist looks good. Like I don't mind this.
I'll say this: there are pages where it looks like that page specifically looks absolutely beautiful. I'm trying to understand why he's got the 1970s Amazing Spider-Man TV show web gauntlets, but
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
Just go
But
with it, man. Just go
I
with
was going
it.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we've learned. I guess we're seeing like that this guy is much more brutal and fancy free, footloose and fancy free than the typical
Footloose.
Spider-Man. Something's going
Yeah.
on here. You have this Captain not gonna work here anymore person. And it's like, who gives a shit? Captain, who gives a shit? Yeah.
I am Captain Kintsugi.
Yeah. Captain Kintsugi,
all-
Captain, you fuck
Okay.
me.
Before we go on, could they not have come up with a better costume for him though? Like, this is like the base of a toy that they forgot to paint. Like, it's like Aaron forgot to do his job and paint this action figure.
How funny would it be if Aaron did come up with this character but never finished it?
I had it in concept, and I was gonna go paint the costume, and then I got busy with Kneel Before Doomface, and I forgot to paint the costume, but the costume got put in the book, so whoops. Yeah.
SpaghettiOs.
Oh. Yeah, it was just a weird costume. Yeah, this whole time I'm like, I like you, I felt like I was missing something. I was like, did I miss an issue? Am I drunk right now? I'm not drunk right now. I wish I was drunk right now.
Am I high? I'm high right now. I don't.
Is everybody really freaking stoned? Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was going on, but it was the first time in a while that I've actually been really intrigued while reading Spider-Man.
Yeah,
So
because it's the first time we're reading it. We're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And I guess it makes you want to go back and read the previous issue. Like, did I miss something?
Right.
What the hell is happening?
Even here, the Parker, been a minute, hop in, and you get in, and it's tombstones. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. So real quick, the art, like I said, the art, certain pages, it looks fantastic.
Right.
Certain other pages, it doesn't look so good, like this page specifically.
Yeah.
I do not like how Tombstone looks. It looks like he has sickle cell or something. I don't know.
This tombstone looks like they took a black guy and just made him gray with some like lumpy, rocky parts or something.
You know what? It kind of looks like the like Killer Croc, but when he was like a pimp. When they made him just a pimp at the comics.
Wasn't that Brian Azzarello?
Yes. Yeah.
You're right. It does.
Eduardo Risso did the art. Yes.
Yeah. To me, this art does look flat compared to some of the stuff earlier. And just boring. Like this panel is very boring to me. But yeah, no, overall very intriguing because I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on. But what really made me go like, wait, what? Is when we get to the end, because you get all the way to the end, and I'm kind of speed scrolling now. And see, this page I think looks great.
Yes, it does.
Like I don't remember the last time
Shocker looked that badass. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was like, dang, all right, go with it, Shocker. Okay, wow. But yeah, we're gonna get to this kind of like final page, second to last page, because that's the reveal. That's like, what? So you have Spider-Man going through the cityscape, and he gets on this bridge rooftop, and you got this.
Oh, goes, my God!
Bum, bum, bum. You're not Spider-Man. And then he goes, I'm aware, just as I'm aware, you're not Peter Parker. And look, if there's a way to end the issue, this is it. So I'm down.
It's a great cliffhanger and a great way to bring you back to the next issue.
Right. But, as we can see here, it's going to be a quote unquote anniversary issue because it's ASM number 11, but actually ASM number 975.
I just had a horrible thought. I'm praying to God that they're not going to do a Matt and Michael Murdoch thing bullshit where he's got like.
Yeah. see, when you said I just had a terrible thought, I was like, yeah, no, Drew, you're probably right. JR is going to come back and finish this story.
Oh.
Where, yeah, you're like, you've got his version of the characters drawn on the page. That I don't need. Finish whatever this is that's going on with this artist, and then if you want to bring JR back, fine, I guess. Yeah, what an interesting way to end this book. It's the first time I've actually been intrigued by this book since it launched. Even to the point that I'm going, okay, so maybe, just maybe, the stuff that I was complaining about in earlier issues with this whole, like anarchy, young Peter Parker, maybe it's not actually the Peter we know and love. And if that's the case, I'll accept it.
It's his long lost brother, Piotr.
Piotr. The Russian, and he can turn into metal. Yeah. So, slap my butt and call me mommy or something. Because if you would have said I was gonna enjoy this, I would have said you're lying. And hey, I actually enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man. So,
yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah.
I do have a suspicion that JR is coming back.
And that, kids, is why we can't have anything nice.
Nope. We got a few minutes. I didn't know if you'd want to talk about G.I. Joe or Hyde Street.
Let's talk about Hyde Street.
Cool.
I think, yeah.
You're like, I think, possibly, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, it's tough. Let's try to do a
quick of each.
Yeah, a quick of each. Yeah, let's try that.
Go ahead, and because I have not had the chance to read Hyde Street yet. So what are we doing within this issue?
So in this issue, we got our little Boy Scout. I think I forget what his name is. It Scout, I think is his name. But he's got a werewolf mask stuck to him, so he looks like a little werewolf boy. And the man with the X-ray specs is he goes to him to try to tell him, "Hey, get this damn mask off me! You did this." But he makes a deal with him. It's like, hey, if I do this, you got to stop doing it. You stop messing with my shit. And the kid's like, fine, begrudgingly. But there's also another player in play. We learn more. Like, we get to know another new character, a mad doctor, who's pretty cool, and a fortune teller who looks pretty interesting as well. So yeah, things are making an interesting turn at the end of this issue. Nice. But yeah, it's a fun issue at the same time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the previous issue. This book in general for me has become so much fun because you never know what to expect. They're not afraid to do kind of experimental things with it, and it's kind of got that Twilight Zone-esque type thing every now and then that will pop in and out. But now you're really starting to see more of the stories kind of integrate together, so it's feeling less like here's this character in this story, here's this character in this story, here's this character in this story. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And it was just a matter of time for me that I didn't get to it. And I mentioned earlier while you were on the phone, this and Escape I purposely kind of put to the side because they're longer issues, and I was trying to get through as much as I could fast as I could.
Did you get a chance to talk about Escape?
I did not. No.
Real quick, I thought it was overly long. It's a very interesting concept. It's a cool concept. It's kind of, I call it it's like the unofficial sequel to Mouse, if you will. Like the action-packed version of Mouse. I'll say that. But at the same point, it's supposed to be, but it's very, very long and very, very dialogue heavy. And I was just like, Rick, get to it, man. Come on. I understand what's going on here. Yeah, but it's an interesting concept. It's a cool concept, but issue 1 was a little boring.
Yeah. Also, I'm an idiot because I thought I was scrolling through Hyde Street, sharing my screen this entire time, and just switched over. It's like, oh, whoops. So sorry, guys. Was I sharing this or no?
No.
Oh, well. I scrolled through 15 pages slowly while you were talking, like everyone can see it. Oh my god, what a mess. Let me pull up G.I. Joe real quick because I did read this. This continues the Baroness and crap, I always forget her name. Cover Girl. Is it Cover Girl?
Oh, hello?
Can you hear me?
Hey, there you are.
Yeah. Is it Cover Girl? Is that her name?
Yes.
Joe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cover Girl and Baroness. Yeah.
Yeah. You get to continue their story while also setting up other stuff in this issue. So I thought there was some fun stuff here with them, and a nice little fake out, but also a nice build up and tease to something with other characters. So
Oh my! I love the end of this. I'm just like,
yeah.
oh shit! This is
Oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like we're. So I've made. I mean, look, we've gotten a couple of issues now that really kind of focus on Cover Girl and Baroness. This one really kind of balances between this and some other characters, and that we'll see in a bit. But I feel like we really are ramping up to get back into the like, I guess the big push. So
Yeah.
And the way this ends feels that way as well. But we may or may not have some betrayal coming into play. It's questionable.
I don't
At
think
least,
so.
but
No, it's just
yeah.
I call it a character misreading the situation. But
Correct. Yeah.
but as far as betrayal goes, maybe something going on here with Destro. I don't know. We gotta wait
Mhm.
to find out. I love this stuff with
Yeah.
Destro. It's gonna get good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, no, this continues to be just a really fun book for me. That it's nice to kind of just sit down and enjoy it. So I'm liking this. I think Transformers is killing it. I think this is really good. So
Yeah. No, it really is really, really good. I'm enjoying this. What they're doing something they're taking something familiar but giving a new spin, and I'm enjoying it
correct.
from that.
Agreed. While still respecting it too. Like
Yeah.
I'm,
And I
they're not-
love that, and I love still kind of at this point, we haven't gotten Snake Eyes yet or Storm
Yeah.
Shadow. Nothing. So
I know before you had a suspicion that one of these characters might become Snake Eyes. Do you still have that suspicion or no? Or didn't you say maybe? Did I lose you, Drewski? Uh-oh. I think I lost him. All right. Well, I think I lost Drew, but we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up. Real quick before I do though, I do want to come back and check out the Naughty and Nice page to see where we are here. And let's see. Let me get this shared real quick. Oh, yep, we just lost Drewski. Womp womp. Well, in that case, Naughty and Nice, go back it. They have passed the $16,000 mark, 264 backers at $16,240. So awesome, awesome stuff there. And really happy to see his success and just how well this is doing. Again, Aaron Sparrow is also editing this book, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Drew is I don't know his handle off the top of my head, but Drew's on Instagram and he's on Facebook, so go follow him. I have his Facebook linked in the comments below. And then before I say goodbye, I will quickly look at these final comments. Okay, he's back.
I don't know what the hell's going on yet. My internet has been funky all night.
Dude, trust me, I get it. Just some final comments real quick before we wrap up the night. Salty put is the colors for that book colorblind. I'm assuming that was for Event Horizon, because some of those colors, especially when they were on the ship, was really weird.
Yeah, well, not
I mean,
just
some of
that,
it was
just very
cool.
bland, just very bland, and just everything blends meshes together. And like, yeah, and I see the feel they're trying to go for with that, but
Agreed.
it doesn't look good. It doesn't look visually appealing.
Those first few pages when they were outside and like at the cemetery, I thought looked really good. And
Yeah,
then you got on the ship, and I was like,
everything is gray. It looks like shit. It's just like, no,
Yeah.
you could at least done some like green light tinting, because there's a hint at that funeral, like some blue, some green or whatever. Just put in some of that lighting into the ship too.
Yeah.
Why not? But it just looks like gray, dull, and shit with the coloring. No, it doesn't work.
Ezekiel puts Fuck Marvel. JR is back on the book the next issue. Womp womp. Womp womp womp. We got some love for Hyde Street coming in here. Hyde Street has been one of my faves. Yes, Hyde Street. Salty's coming in with Agreed. And Ezekiel put Hyde Street is my number one book from Ghost Machine until Rook Exodus comes back. I mean, look, my favorites with Ghost Machine kind of keep shifting because at first it was Rook Exodus, and then I actually grew to like Redcoat War, and then now Hyde Street's kind of like filling in for me. So
I'm really thinking that's by design. I really think that is by design for them. They don't want everyone to have that one favorite. They want everyone to have everyone to like all these books. And I think if I could talk to any of them about their scheme, I think that is their scheme. That is their plan.
Yeah. You could be onto something. JK had to head to bed. Thank you for being here. Good night. Have a good night. And MG put, imagine we need the crayon. Gotta show Josh how it's. Hey. Listen. We don't need Max to show me anything, okay? And then Kaiser put, we need an Energon Universe event. Isn't that ultimately aren't they supposed to lead to an event?
Yeah, it's coming this year or next year. I think it's either later this year or next year. They're doing a big crossover event.
Hell yeah. Oh, Salty put actually the colorblind comment was for Spider-Man, but tomato. I didn't think the colors on Spider-Man were that bad.
No, there's a lot of red. I'll say there was a lot of red in that issue.
For sure.
Yeah.
Look, it's better than JR. That's all I'm gonna say. So
yeah,
hallelujah, thank God. And Salty put Redcoat, Geiger, Hyde Street, all on my pull list. Pre-ordered my Rook Exodus. Indeed. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to. I know the next book that we're doing at our comic book or the comic shops comic book club is Junkyard Joe. We've done Geiger, so it looks like we're slowly going to go through some of these Ghost Machine books, which I think is great. So, all right, Drewski, anything you want to say before wrapping up the night?
Yeah, go to your local comic book shop. You know, there's some good stuff this week. And I'm very curious if you are an Event Horizon fan. If you did read this, I want to know what you felt too. Like me, I felt empty walking away from it. But hey, that's me. But at the same time, if you're not happy with the new books, tell them to back Naughty and Nice. Hey, 264 backers, over $16,000. We still got over 3 weeks to go. There's no reason why this shouldn't hit 20K, 25K, by the end of the campaign, which is awesome. But tell your LCS to get in on this. Tell them because this is gonna be fulfilled by an LCS. Clay McDonald Comics. They're gonna be fulfilling this in house. So, yeah, everything's gonna be done on time.
Nice. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick, and I am doing nothing but posting all my projects. That's all I do.
That's all he does. If you want to follow the channel, we are here every Tuesday and Thursday. You can also follow us on X at @ByPopped. And if you want to follow me individually on X, it is at Joshua L. McDonald, where I will talk about any and everything. So be careful. Be ready. You never know what's going to pop up on my feed. But yeah, as always, it's been a blast having you guys here. Oh, real quick, one final comment I want to pull up. But I was at my LCS today trying to find the worst book Kelly Sue DeConnick did.
Ooh, that's not hard to do.
Oh, yes, you got to get something signed, man. It's Kelly Sue. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. It was a blast in the comments tonight. I loved getting to just kind of run through the comments there for a bit. So really good conversations from y'all. And of course, giving me shit when my mic went out. So love it. I need you guys to help hold me accountable for that. But thank you. Two doses of Floppy Drop this week. Next week, we're going to catch up with Top 5 Comics. We're going to take a look back to July, deliver our top 5s there, and then have Floppy Drop again. And then we should be all good to go for a normal September as we move into September. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. And, just don't get arrested.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
Bye. Yeah.